We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Tennessee Titans. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting to what you're worried about, now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Dancing to his left. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. On first down, Jefferson. And some room to work. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. CD, look at this clock and scoreboard. We're less than a minute into this game, and they've already made 2 trips to the end zone.
So that means that someone's confidence is absolutely soaring right now. There's almost no slowing them down. On the flip side, now you've got to get together. You've got to talk to each other. Make sure you stay tight, stay focused as a team. Yeah, it's a quick blitz, but you can get back in this game if you don't let it get away.
This is taken at the 3. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that
play. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Shift. Under 10, 10.
A first down carry for Barkley. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Watch the pass. No. Check. Lucky. Whip. Watch the whip. Watch that.
This is Spiller. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Check 13. Shoot. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Spines,
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
I'm here all day. Deuce. Wide. Showing up. Slam. Watch twist.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Titans. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Come on, set. Switch the outlaw. Check. Watch 54. All day, baby. Kill. Check. Undercross. Back.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Let's go. Mike 5-4.
Looking to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
On first down, Jefferson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on third down. 13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports.
On the double. Time to go right now. Right. He's done right here. He's done on the right.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16.
First down.
Ready.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Switch. Swing. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Tighten up. Switch. Oh, check.
Now Saquon Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll drop to throw. Got a man, Slayton. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Watch out. He's checking.
They'll run with Barkley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Back to throw here. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, let's go. Come on, set, 8, read. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Shift. General West. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Jefferson. He finds an opening past the 40. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run the counter. Jefferson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season.
Check, crouch. You ain't going nowhere.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
But not a big gain with that play. But what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game.
Here we go. 30 base.
He has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line. Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores. He's got him in, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Catch made by Slayton. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They're going to look to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
2nd and 1. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. He's got daylight. 20, 10. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. So the Titans bring the offense back out to go for 2. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think electron ball security is in order here? Because and it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
Fielded about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play there just before halftime. 64 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That good for 19 and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
Ready?
They'll look to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Ready? 60 or 50. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Get it.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now this throw caught left side. And that one results in 35 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Now a play fake here on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Check three.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Second and goal from inside the 5. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Dexter Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? He can, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Flushed out right, and he's going to keep it here. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
They'll set up a throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
At the 12-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, Incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
First down, New York.
This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Barkley. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught by Watkins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And down to the 29-yard line. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
This is caught. Watkins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Another try for Barkley. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
54 Mike.
Here we go, here we go.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another 3rd and goal.
Take 4. Kill. Hey, turn it out. Okay, 36. Kill. Alert flare.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on.
That's caught inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Check three.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's go, defense.
2nd and 10. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
He'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. That's caught inside the 20. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tennessee, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.